Okay, so now that we're done row 2, we'll be working on row 3. Row 3 is exactly the same as row 1. All you're going to be doing is you're going to be chaining 1, then you will do 1 single crochet in each stitch to the end of the row. So when you're right now, this is how it should look before you turn. You're going to turn your work all around. And now you can see the textured pattern really well. Sometimes they don't pop as well as they should, but at the end you can pop them all through. But that's what it should look like so far. Just going to pull a little more yarn out here. So again, you're just going to do, you're going to chain 1, and you're going to do a single crochet into the first stitch. Now don't forget, you did a single crochet here. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to put it through the single crochet, and you're going to wrap and you're going to pull through. So you have 2 loops on your crochet hook. You're going to wrap and pull through both the loops. Now here is your treble crochet, and just like the single crochet, it has 2 loops on the top, 1, 2. But you can also see that there is these here. These are not what you're going to go through. You're going to go through this little hole right here, so that you go underneath those 2 loops. So wrap and pull through. A wrap and pull through. And so you're just going to do that, and you don't need to go too tight, you don't need to go too loose, and you just keep going. You can see why I suggested that you do your pop the treble crochets out at the end, because as you're working, you're just literally going to be pushing them back through by accident to the wrong side anyways. So wrap, pull through, wrap, pull through both loops, and you'll do that 43 times. So by the end, you should be able to count 43 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If you have any more or any less, you will need to go and figure out why. So you may need to pull out the first row, and then you'll count the stitches of the second row, because maybe you missed a stitch on the second row. So to count a treble, it's just the same as counting a single crochet. So that's a single crochet, that's a treble. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you can count all the way through to 43. If you have any less than 43 in that row, then you maybe skipped a stitch. So you should always keep count of your stitches through each and every row to make sure that you're going the same amount. Because if you end up with less, you'll end up, by the time you get to the end of your project, you'll end up with a triangle or a parallelogram, more so than a square. And you can every so often keep an eye out to make sure of how you're doing on how long your project, how wide your project is, and that. So we're going to go through and finish row 3, and then you can come back and we'll begin on row 4.